Well, let me tell you, things are going wild on the cosigner front. Not more cosigners. I'm talking about the cosigners who co-signed for their kids way back in 2000, 2001, 2020, 2021, and 2022. We had the biggest increase in those years of more than two people on a mortgage application than in the history of Canada. We had so many parents trying to help their kids out during that huge rush of insane FOMO. You remember back in 21, there was like 40 bids on every house. Particularly in British Columbia and Ontario. A lot of action in Quebec too, believe it or not. A lot of the Maritimes just started to really heat up then in Atlantic Canada. So Alberta got wild. It's still pretty busy, although Alberta's cooling off right now. But back then, 2021, so we call it real estate Christmas, okay? It was like 35% price increases in some regions. Like, I want to be really clear. House prices are not meant to go up 35%. In any region, anytime. It's literally crazy. It's the FOMO, the fear of missing out. Parents actually thought that if they didn't help their kids buy a house, the 35% a year would just keep on going, or it might just go down to 10% or 15%. Nobody ever dreamed that the price of a house in Ontario, British Columbia could ever go down. Like, that was just somehow that thought left everybody's mind and never came back, okay? That no, prices never go down, never. It might have been every real estate agent told people prices would never go down too, but that's another story. Look, we had so many people co-signing. I think at some point we looked at some months in 2021 where 35% of all applications had co-signers to allow parents co-signing to allow their kids to buy that house because the prices were high, people were wildly enthusiastic to buy, and that's what happened. So now, fast forward 5 years. Yep. People who bought in 2020, we're in 2025. Very soon, it'll be the people who bought in 2021, tons of them. And those co-signers now want off. Like, we started hearing this thing in the last 3 months. Hey, can I get my mom off? I need to get my mom off. I need to get my parents off the mortgage. Okay. What? Well, a bunch of things happened. Parents didn't really understand what they were signing. They just thought they were helping their kids, signing for them and, lending some strength to the mortgage. What they really were doing was they were signing on 100% for the whole mortgage. That's right. That's how it works. It's called joint and several. You sign your signature. You're not on the hook for 25% of the house or 35% of the house or any of those things. You're 100%. One person, if there's 4 people signing, each person is on the hook for 100% of the mortgage. And some people are starting to figure that out. Also, some people are saying, it's been 5 years. Can't these kids do this on themselves? They've made some more money. Their jobs are paying better. Why can't I get off this thing? Like, why do I got to stay on this thing forever? Okay. So those questions are being asked. And sometimes parents are just saying, hey, I tried to just do a change on my own HELOC on my own house. I don't have any mortgage, but I got a HELOC. And my bank said, we can't do anything with your HELOC. You got an $800,000 mortgage somewhere else. Okay. Wait a second. Why is this affecting me? Then all of a sudden they say, well, I want to get off this mortgage. Okay. So it's a steady roll of accumulating things that maybe they're pissed off. Things can go wrong in 5 years. People, you get pissed off at your kids, but hey, it's coming. The Great Unraveling of getting people off mortgages, particularly in Ontario and British Columbia, is going to come at us hard in the next 18 months. So what happens? It ain't easy. In a lot of cases, it ain't easy. Yes, if the kids have suddenly had a good move upward in income, if the value of their house hasn't fallen, because there's definitely a danger of that in some regions. If you had bought at the most expensive moment in time in Agassiz or Newmarket, Ontario, Agassiz, BC, you bought at the absolute peak, your house probably worth 25% less now. Okay, that makes it hard to get parents off title because the bank says, wait a second, this house isn't worth as much as it used to. We don't want to let you off the title. We like it that you've got your house over here that's free and clear. And if these kids get in trouble, we got your house we can go after. So, because that's really how it works. You're fully involved in the debt of the mortgage if you're that parent signing. So what are we looking at? We're looking at a hard, in some cases, a very hard, impossible to get your name off the mortgage. The kid's income hasn't gone up high enough. By the way, we're talking about 40-year-old kids now, right? Their incomes have not jumped during the 5 years, and the house is probably worth less. So it doesn't work. You can't come off unless you want to force your kids to sell the house. That would be okay. But maybe that doesn't work either because the value's down. So all these people are discovering, all these parents are discovering they're actually stuck on this mortgage. They may be on this mortgage until they're not around anymore, until they're gone, they're dead, okay? So what's the lesson? Here's the lesson. Don't co-sign, okay? If you have to if your kids need a co-signer because the houses are so expensive, they're probably too expensive. They probably shouldn't be buying the house. Okay, that's reality. Yeah, I know we got to stress test this country. I know it's everybody wants their kid to own a home, but give a down payment, do something. Because here's the truth: 2021 and part of 2022 were the only time in the history of Canada that there's been this many multiple, more than two people on a mortgage application. Like, I'm serious. For hundreds of years, 100 years, it's been like 97% two people. And all of a sudden, boom, it's like 90%, 88%, 85%. More than two people, that's a big, big change. And it's just not meant to be. It's meant that the people who live in the house and make the payments are the one who are on the mortgage. So in future, although there's very few people doing it now, we've seen it's just gone, it just doesn't happen anymore. It's just vanished. It was only this wild period between 2020 and 2022 where it was so prevalent. But if you're one of those parents who signed for your kids, you may find you are not getting off anytime soon. You might not get off till the house is sold or you're gone. Okay, that may be how it's going to end up.